Good morning guys, Curtis, ThatTurboDakota. I'm going to start this video out. We're going to do a little bit of prep for testing tube tomorrow. So a couple of things we have to do. I already put a set of new spark plugs in it, and actually wanted to show you what spark plugs I'm using. If you're curious, if you do have a 318, 360 and you're running boost through it, I highly recommend you change the heat range of your plug. I'm using an NGK plug. It's a BKR7E. The 7 actually indicates the heat range. We're not going to get into that, but the heat range is important. You definitely need to use something a little bit colder. If not, it could potentially act like a glow plug on a diesel to the point where it's giving you some detonation and weird stuff. But anyway, probably most of the guys that are running 360s or whatever, even 408s, most likely are using a 6 or a 7 plug. But again, these things, there aren't that much. They're easy to find. I got them gapped down to about 28 to 30. So doing that, we are also, I've got one more shock sensor to put in. I just got to clip it down and put the terminal in on it and just bolt it in. We're switching the wires. I'm going to go to an MSD 8.5. Obviously you can see it's a universal kit, so I'll have to crimp the ends on it. I am doing a little bit of testing, and I'll turn the camera around and show you guys. I'm just curious in the resistance in the wires between the new ones that are supposed to be low resistance and the ones that I've run. Obviously the less resistance you have, the more spark energy is going to get transferred from that coil through your distributor cap and your rotor to the motor. So I'll flip the camera around and just show you real quick what I'm doing. I've really never done this before. It's just kind of something, why not, right? While we're here just messing around. But let me flip it around real quick. Okay, I've got my meter set up. I've got all these plug wires. These plug wires are just like off-the-shelf things. I normally didn't run those. Some point in time between last season and this season, I threw those things in it just because I was curious to see if it's worth spending a lot of money on newer stuff, but I'm not sure. Still yet to be determined. I normally run those Davis live wires. But anyway, so this black one, so you see 4,300 on that one right there. Threw that one off the side. And actually I have two different brands in here as well. So 4,300 on that one. Let's see what this gray one is. And these are the kind of the longest ones. Wow, 1,200. So there's a big difference. And again, that's two different brands. The length is close to the same. Actually, that was the one I had on number 1. Interesting. So I guess that's the difference. Again, this is just an off-the-shelf plug. And jam this thing in here. Put the other end in here real quick. Oops, I must have missed something. There we go. Yeah, so the gray ones are actually substantially lower. Another reason why I'm doing this tune-up stuff is my RPM trace on my data logs is kind of wonky. And after doing some research, some of that could just be the dual sync. There's claims that these guys are saying, the dual sync works, but it's noisy. So you'll get a weird RPM trace in your logs. Look, so that's one of the black wires. Again, back to 4,200. Man, they're substantially higher. I'd like to see too, I don't know if a little bit of that's in the length. We'll take the shorter black one right here. This end and this end. Some of that's in the length. 2,600 on the shorter black one. I'll grab, let's see, shorter gray one right here. Oh, not making good contact, guys. Actually, that's pretty low. So yeah, it would definitely appear that the black ones are a lot higher. Let me go grab these MSDs real quick. Stand by. And again, there's just a fistful of them. We'll check. This is supposed to be the coil one, which actually I have to change the end on right off the bat. So we'll stick this in here like so. We should be able to touch the other end of that junk to there. So She's freaking out. Let me change my leads. Hold on. Okay, put the gator clip on it. So, like this. Wow, that's low. So you can see the K disappeared, which the K was thousands. That looks substantially lower. Set this one off to the side. I didn't just get the probe stuck in it. Okay. Try another one real quick here. Go here. We'll take this and jam it in here. Yes, you're talking 216, and this is one of the long. These are all long. 2.6. Notice how the K's gone, right? So that's actually lower. So 216 compared to, we'll grab one of these black ones. These were higher, just to give you an idea. 216 compared to, yeah, 4,000. You can see the auto, if you can see that auto range scale there across the bottom too. So yeah, they are substantially lower. So that should actually work for us. Let me get the crimp tool. I'm gonna start making these things up, and then we'll come back and I'll let you see what's going on. Okay, one side down, everything's in place. Time consuming, kind of a little bit of a pain. These are what MSD considers double crimps. So basically, I borrowed a tool from a buddy to crimp it right there. You take that needle nose, you take them things and turn them in like that at a 90. That's what actually holds the silicone part, because this is the way it comes, like this. Then actually they come with a tool, but I use the tool to cut the correct length. So you slide the tool through there, so it's like right there. So I'm gonna show you like this. And you put the razor blade up against here, and you cut it so you got the right stick out. And that's all I'm using that for. And you slide that over, you crimp her down with the tool, and then the center core actually gets crimped in that little spot right there at my finger. So it's actually a double crimp. It's here and here. Some of the other ones, you actually take that thing and 180 it and then crimp it all in one shot. These are a little bit different. Then I'll take some Vaseline and lube them up and slide the ends on. It even comes with these cool little plastic things right here. So yeah, kind of a pain in the neck, but so far so good. When they clip on, they definitely make a very audible snap. So you know you got them, but I'm just keep bumping along. All right, all finished up. I did the best job I could. Normally what I have to do is take these and pull them up here so don't touch the down plate, but that's, that turbo life. But I like them. It wasn't too bad to put together. It has a really, really positive lock when you push them down. Like I said, you really know the things are on there. I ran the other across the back, the valve cover, like all the others. So I'm gonna fire this thing up real quick. Then, now that that's done, I'll put that shock sensor in. We'll check the data. I'm not even gonna videotape that. It's only gonna take a second. Then I have to adjust the shocks, check tire pressure, and kind of just make sure everything's kosher for tomorrow. So in fact, the next shot you guys are gonna see, we will be at the track. All right guys, Sunday morning. We are gonna go to church, then head to the track, get everything ready for the truck. So let's do it. Okay guys, we're here at the track. I'm gonna set the tire pressure, load the tune-up in it. It's pretty busy today for test and tune, but the DA is pretty low actually. I think it's around 200 or 300. So let me get this thing ready. We'll get up in line. Just believe me when I say it, it is a packed Sunday. There are cars everywhere. Beautiful day though. The DA I just checked is about 500 feet. So we're just gonna wait here for a while. All right guys, I hope you can hear me. We're getting ready to go up and make a pass. I only think we're gonna get probably 1 or 2 passes in today. The place is just jam-packed. But it is what it is. The announcer was talking about the DA, how low it is today. It is cooler out, so that should really help out as far as the track prep. Hopefully the track's tight, and we'll get some good data.
So I'm pulling down here, getting ready to go in the burnout box. All right, we're up next. All right, let's do it. I gotta remember to turn the CO2 on as well. All right, here we go. Good burnout. We're downshifted to first. I gotta turn the CO2 on. All right, here we go. I'll be curious to see what the shocks say. I ran it all the way out. I think we're only on like 10 pounds of boost. So we'll look at the data, get the time slip, and see what we have. Now remember, another thing is we did change the angle of the cow track bar. That might have helped out, at least I hope. It might have been a combination between that and the fact that it's cooler out today. The track's, you know, most likely tighter than it is. Now there is a lot of cars here, so I don't know. This is, you know, I'm getting experience while I do it. Okay guys, just got back from that pass. Well, I hate to admit this to you. Look, they're in the right lane, 1.860, and then 12.4. So yeah, so 12.4. So I got back and I got the slip and I'm like, what is going on with this thing? I was like, check my CO2 graph. Well, let's go to the log real quick, see what stupid forgot to do, shall we? Right here, whoops. Data log right here. Say change to this. Oh, I'm sorry, I already had a log open. So let's see, first, second. Whoops. Anyway, I don't have to show you. Let's look over here. Boost PSIG. And 1 pound, 1.5 pound. So yeah, definitely forgot to turn the CO2 on. Well, let me reiterate. Turned it on, but there's a secondary valve that wasn't on, so that was that. Now, what's more important, I'm gonna zoom in here, look at our shock data. So it would appear that, if you guys can see that, I know there's a glare, but see that hump right there and that dip, it would appear that those shocks can't control that. Even on leaving on 1.5 pounds and 3,500, it's not controlling it. Now what I'm going to do is, for this next pass, I'm going to check tire pressure. We're actually going to add like 2 clicks of compression, a rebound in it to slow it down. Maybe that'll help. Another thing is, we're getting ready to hit it with the actual power, so we will see what it's going to do. Excuse me. I already made some adjustments to the tune. So let me get this thing prepped up, and when they call even number cars, we're gonna go back up. Okay guys, I hope you can see me. Pass number 2, I think this is the only other pass we're gonna get today. I actually remembered to turn the CO2 on this time, I promise. So, in fact, I'm gonna check it one more time. Both valves. So the line valve's open. All I have to do is open up the bottle. That was embarrassing. It would seem at this point though, the only thing I can do is try to work around the fact that the shocks aren't holding the tire down. Because again, you should see it. Only thing we should see is the shocks lengthen and stay lengthened or continuously lengthen. So that's a giveaway right there. But we'll see if we can work around it. I'm gonna put the power into it just a little bit past where the shocks start to open up and start to compress and come back, to maybe see if I can cheat just a little bit. But I don't know, we'll see. I got about 2 cars in front of me. We got a car and a bike in front of me. All right, we're pulling up in the burnout box. Put her in second gear. All right, here we go. Now we'll turn the CO2 on. It's actually on this time. All right, we're getting ready to stage in. First bulb. On the brake. That was a good one. I might have been able to cheat that shock a little bit. I did short shift the 1-2. Just because I got a little excited. You can definitely tell it had more power in it. There's no doubt about that. All right, we're gonna drive back down here and get our slip and see what it did. Hey guys, here's the time slip. I'm downloading. All right. I'm downloading right now. I'll show you my time slip. So there you go. So 1.61. We're still pulling the data. 1089, 123.5. I think I'm only making like 10 pounds. Again, once that's done downloading, we'll see. But again, stock bottom in truck, 10-second pass. We'll know more here shortly as soon as that stupid thing gets done. Guys,
and a 1014 and
I'll turn the radio off. Sorry for the glare. So that pass right there, we were making, see if I can see, about 10 pounds of boost. So we just went 1089 on 10 pounds of boost. Correction looks really, really good. Everything looks good. I did say I short shifted it from first gear a little bit. That was an accident, but that's whatever. So look, I'm gonna show you something, the shock data real quick. Move it all the way down here. Actually, you can already see it right here. We'll zoom in. So shock data, so that's the green line right there is to release the trans brake right there. And then you can see the shocks open, and back shut. So we're still bounced. So we're still losing control, but what I'm doing is I'm kind of masking that We're kind of just working around that because obviously there's nothing I can do about that today. But good, yeah. 1089 at 123. I could probably turn it up just a little bit. Normally I mix my fuel. Normally I mix my fuel, so I'll turn it up. I have no problem turning up 12, 13 pounds, but I just have straight 93 in it today. I might try to make one more pass. I thought about putting like, I don't know, maybe another click of compression in it. Maybe just a click and a click or 2 clicks of compression in it just to see if that should help stop the tire bounce, but hopefully it doesn't work against us and not let the thing bite. I might try to do that. We'll see. If we can get another pass, I'll do that. I'll put 2 clicks of that in it. Maybe we'll bring the boost in a little bit harder, a little bit sooner, and see what happens. So give me a minute and let me listen to this radio and figure out what they're going to do, because they're stopping at 3:30 and it is now 2:40. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right, guys, I'm going to end it off here. We got 2 passes in. I'm happy with the second one. We are making some headway in the right direction. Obviously, we need the rear shocks revalved. Hopefully, I'm not sure if they're going to have any more test and tunes for the year. We'll just play it by ear, and hopefully, we'll be able to come back and try to keep working it down. I was actually going to turn the thing up just a little bit on like 11 pounds and give it some more boost, not on the lead, but just ramp it in a little bit sooner. That should have got the 60 down into the 1.5s. But thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this when I try some new things, and see you later.